Good morning, Derby students. Miss L here with today's Mindful Moment. Today's Mindful Moment is about resiliency. It's about being resilient like a dandelion, which is why you're seeing the dandelion on your screen right now. We're going to take a short walk and do some mindful breathing and talk about what resiliency is and why the dandelion represents resiliency for us today. So resiliency is the ability to adapt to a variety of challenging experiences, like COVID-19, for example, and remote learning. There are often three elements associated with resilient people who adapt to those challenging experiences. Those three elements are, number one, the ability to accept the challenge. This means recognizing what the challenging event is and being willing to accept that you must rise up and work hard to overcome it, and the willingness to accept that it may not be easy. Number two, being committed to your life, your goals, your relationship, and yourself. So when we are resilient, like these wildflowers here, for example, we are committed to growing. Like with our growth mindset, these dandelions and all these wildflowers here, they survived the harsh Vermont winter conditions. They were committed to their growth. Despite the cold and despite the who knows thousands of miles that those dandelion seeds may have had to travel to get to where they are. So when you are resilient, you're committed to your life, your goals, the relationships that you have with other people as well as with yourself. This doesn't mean that it's always easy. It just means that you're committed to doing your best, to striving, to thriving, and to not giving up. Number three, clarify control. So to clarify control means to clarify what is within your realm of control and what is not. What are you able to do something about, and what do you just have to accept that it is the way it is? So again, three elements commonly associated with resilient people are the ability to accept the challenge, to be committed to yourself, your life, your goals, and your relationships. And number three, to clarify control. What are you able to control in your life? What actions can you take to improve your conditions or to make yourself feel better? And what is out of your control? What do you have to let go of? So a little bit more about the dandelion before we sit down and do our mindful breathing. The Latin name for dandelion is Taraxacum officinale. And when you break down the word dandelion, it actually means tooth of lion. Dandy coming from dente, and lion, leon, tooth of lion. And this comes from the shape of their leaves. As you can see here, these leaves have points on them that would look like teeth. So dandelions can represent tenacity, resiliency, courage, and they're even often associated with the sun, as you can guess, because of their bright yellow blossoms that reach for the sun out of all kinds of conditions. So some interesting facts about dandelions. Dandelions are actually considered an invasive species. Often you may have heard people call them a weed. But a weed is a flower whose virtues we just don't know yet. And there are actually many benefits, health benefits to dandelions as well. So they came from Eurasia. And as you know, they turn into those white puffy blossoms that we see over there. Those are the seeds of the dandelion. And you can either look at a dandelion as a obnoxious weed in your lawn, Or you can consider it a beautiful flower, a food source, and an opportunity to make many, many wishes. You can even use a dandelion in a breathing exercise, which we will do at the end of our mindful moment. So not only do dandelions give us hope and symbolize staying bright and soft in the face of adversity, but dandelions are also nutritious, believe it or not. The leaves are packed full of vitamin A, C, D, and B. And you can actually eat them. I'm going to eat this one right here. Some people consider them bitter. They're a well-known spring tonic, and they're very good for your liver. They're also high in magnesium, iron, potassium, and other vitamins and minerals. The roots are used as plant medicine and have been for thousands of years. And the bees love to visit them for their pollen. So there are many, many, many wonderful qualities, virtues, attributes of dandelions. And as you can see here, there's a bumblebee that landed on a nearby dandelion. So these dandelions can give us hope. They can give us strength. They can give us a sunny disposition as well as nutrition. Right? So let's go ahead and take a seat wherever you may be. Get into your mindful position. I'm on the ground, so I am going to have my tailbone, which is the root of my spine, seated firmly and comfortably on the earth, which this can be another form of grounding like we talked about in our last video. Spine straight. Roll your shoulders up. And tuck them into your back pockets. And we're going to go ahead and sit mindfully with this lovely, beautiful field of dandelions and take our mindful breaths. And as we do this, we are going to visualize ourselves as strong, tenacious, delicious, and nutritious dandelions. Now, one word of advice to you, if you do decide to eat some dandelion greens, would be number one, ask your guardians for permission first. Although you can buy farm-raised dandelion greens at a grocery store, they're also an excellent free food source. You can pickle them, you can soak them in herb vinegar, you can saute them, you can add them to your salads. If you are going to harvest dandelion greens naturally, my recommendation is that you gather them from a field such as this, where you know that they have not been contaminated with any type of pollution from a nearby road. So although dandelions have this amazing ability to travel around the world and to grow wherever the wind may take them, they have this amazing ability to rise up in conditions that other flowers may not survive in. They have been known to grow up through the cracks in concrete, next to the foundation of houses, and in rocks. Many people have spent years trying to eliminate dandelions from their yards, considering them a weed. To no avail, the dandelion prevails. And we can be like this in our lives, especially during times like now, when we are spending lots of time out of our normal routines and things may not feel quite right. We can look to the dandelion for strength and hope. So I'm going to go ahead and count down from 3. Find a nice place to gaze gently at. Or you may go ahead and close your eyes. Breath number 1. counting down from 3, 2, 1. Breathe in through your nose to the count of 3. Hold for 3 and release. As you breathe in, imagine roots, dandelion roots, hardy dandelion roots growing down from your body deep into the earth, keeping you strongly rooted and calm. Breathing in 3, 2, and 1. And breathing out, release. This time, as you breathe in, imagine your stem, that fun milky stem that dandelions grow on. Imagine it reaching for the sky. Breathing in 3, 2, and 1. Hold and release. We're going to take another breath, and on this breath, you may imagine the crown of your head, the top of your head, as a bright and fluffy dandelion blossom. So even though they are hardy and they are tough and they grow in all kinds of conditions that are harsh, they are still soft and they are still bright and they still provide nourishment and hope to many creatures. Breathing in 3, 2, 1. Imagine the top of your head as a soft, bright dandelion flower reaching for the sun, feeling glad to be alive. And breathe out. And your arms, just like the leaves of dandelions, as you breathe in, reach your arms up to your sides and up towards the sun, like the leaves, the arms of a beautiful dandelion. And release. Are you feeling brighter? Are you feeling stronger? Is that hope growing inside of your belly, like the hope that dandelions can give us? So I'm going to go ahead and do one last breath with you. And my recommendation would be for you to try and find a dandelion that you could practice this with. It might be a little hard to blow, but I'm going to give it a shot. So let's go ahead and we're going to make a wish together, whether you have a dandelion with you or not. So breathing in 3, 2, and 1. Breathing out like you're making a wish on a dandelion. So when we make wishes, when we spread those seeds of hope and strength, resiliency, tenacity, beauty, and good health, we are planting those seeds not only within ourselves, but within others as well. As you can see, the dandelions grow in large groups, and there is strength in numbers. So, when you are having a hard day, you can remember the strength and tenacity, the resiliency of those around you. And you can look to them for strength and for hope. And as we enter Memorial Day weekend, I would like to give thanks to all the veterans and all those who have served and all those who have given their life for us so that we may have the freedom to grow and to shine like these dandelion blossoms. Those people showed great strength and resiliency in the face of adversity as well. And we are doing the same. I am so proud of you all. I'm so thankful to be your teacher, and I hope you all have a beautiful weekend. Take care. Bye.